All right, financial math classes. Today we're talking about group health insurance. Let's get into it. So group health insurance, it's health insurance offered by many businesses to employees, paid in part by the business and in part by the employee. So this is one of those benefits you get from a job. When people ask what kind of benefits does your job offer, one of these benefits is health insurance. So how it works is you have an insurance premium. The premium is what you pay every month. Your business pays a portion of it, and then you pay the rest. And depending on how good your benefit is what percentage your employer pays. So, um, let's just move on to our first example. So we have Ruth Lockwood, who earns $2,917 a month as a supervisor for Acme Steel. Her group medical coverage costs $6,240 per year. The company pays 75% of the group insurance. Find the percent paid by Ruth. Excuse me. Part A, find the percent paid by Ruth. So if her employer pays 75%, you're going to pay 25. You just subtract that percent from 100 to figure out what the employee pays. So Ruth is paying 25%. Find the total amount paid by annually by Ruth. So part B, first thing you need to do is take your percent and change it to a decimal. So whenever you're using a percent in a calculation, make sure you change it to a decimal by dividing by 100. And then you are going to multiply that by the cost per year of the coverage. So you're going to do your 25% times the cost of the medical coverage, 6240. So that comes out to 0.25 times 6240 is $1,560 per year. How much is deducted each month from her paycheck? So to find how much is deducted from her paycheck, uh, you're going to take how often she gets paid, and you're going to divide that by how many paychecks she gets. So, or per month or whatever it is. If it's bi-weekly, you're going to divide by 26, just divide by how many paychecks there are. So in this case, every month, that's going to be 12. So 1560 divided by 12 comes out to 130. So $130 is deducted from her paycheck every month. Let's do another one. All right. David earns 2,475 a month as a security guard. Uh, his group medical insurance costs 6,600 a year. The company pays 80% of the cost of the group insurance. So, part A, find the percent paid by David. So, if the company is paying 80%, David is going to be paying 20%. Again, you subtract the company's percent from 100. How much is deducted each month from his paycheck? So once we find how much he actually pays, we're gonna divide by 12. So first thing we need to do is find out how much he actually pays in health insurance. So take that 20%, change it to a decimal. Remember, when you're using percents in calculations, you have to change them to decimal form. And then I'm going to take that percent as a decimal and multiply it times the cost of the health insurance. So 20% of 600, so 1320. So he pays $1,320 a year. We want to figure out again how much he pays per month. So I'm going to take that $1,300. I'm going to put annually so we're clear here. So pays $1,320 annually. To find out what he pays monthly, take that 1320 and divide it by 12. And you get 110. So he pays $110 per month, and that is deducted straight from his paycheck. Um, all right. Casey Marenberg This stuff is in my way. Is a financial consultant for ABC Finance. She earns $748 weekly. Her annual group medical coverage costs $9,560, of which ABC Finance pays 65%. How much is deducted from her weekly paycheck? So now it's not split into the different parts. We just got to do the whole thing in one. So first thing, let's find out the percent she pays. So if her employer pays 65%, she is going to be paying 35%. Change that percent to a decimal. Whenever you're using percents in calculations, they need to be in decimal form. Then you're going to take your percent as a decimal and multiply it times the cost of the health insurance. So 9,560. I should pause for a moment and just point out, if you notice in each of these problems, it says how much she earns. That's not important for calculating out what she pays. So that's just extra information we don't actually need. We just need to know how much the percent she pays for the insurance and what the insurance costs. So, anyways, 35% and 9,560. So 0.35 times 9,560, that comes out to 33.46. And then since this is what she pays annually, we are going to take that 33.46 and weekly is 52. We are going to divide that by 52 to find out how much gets deducted each week. And so that is 64.346. So remember, we need to round to two decimal places. So this is between $64.34 and 35 cents. So since this is six, it's closer to 35 cents. So we're going to go 64.35. And that will do it for us. Next time, it's going to be deducting everything from a paycheck and looking at how that works.